Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making eggless oatmeal cookies. This cookie is really easy and also you can make it either eggless or with egg. So let's start. So I'll be reading out the ingredients first. Here there's some atta or whole wheat flour, some oats. Over here I'm using rolled oats. Then we have brown sugar and white sugar. So you can use either 1 cup of white sugar or half cup of brown and half cup of white sugar. I usually prefer also putting brown butter and make sure butter is softened. So if you have seen my first video, which is baking tips and tricks, in that I've already mentioned that your butter has to be always soft. Especially in this recipe, it's important your butter is soft. So I've kept this for I think almost 1 hour outside. So now it's already very soft. Over here I have vanilla extract. These are flax seeds. So whoever is making the cookies without egg, so then I'm going to be making without egg also. So we'll be using this with the flax option. So flax seeds are these seeds. These seeds, and I've ground them into fine powder. And we'll be using this to make a flax egg, which is also a substitute for egg. However, it's not always a substitute, and only for this recipe it is suitable and you can use it also. Right, and then over here we have baking soda. Yes, I think that's all. So let's start. Okay, so now we'll start. So first we'll be making a flax egg. So over here I've already measured all this out, so you'll have to measure when you're making it. So I'm just going to keep it in this. Okay. So we let this sit aside. So what will happen is the water will absorb the powder and it will become a bit thick, like the consistency of an egg. So we'll keep that aside now and we'll start with our butter and milk mixture. So first we'll take our butter. Okay, now we'll just beat our butter once. So at this point it's really important that the butter is soft. It will stick a bit, but that's okay. Okay, so now mix this well. Now make sure the consistency of this mixture becomes nice and creamy. Okay, so mix this all together once. Now you should make sure both your sugars are getting mixed properly and it's also absorbing with the butter. So just remove this and now we'll start with the dry ingredients. So we'll keep this aside. Here I have my atta. Put this in. Okay, and now take the oats. Now give this a small mix. Okay, and now I have a baking soda. So put your baking soda. Now let this sit aside. Now we are going to mix our mixtures. So now you can see our flaxseed has become nice and thick. It's a very thick consistency. Okay. We have our ground flax water. Okay. Now we'll just give this a small mix. So now this flax water, you can just open this up. It will be a bit sticky, but that's alright. As you see now, the flax will make it a bit less sticky and it will also make it in a bit more liquidy form. I've added 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but if you don't have extract and if you have essence, then you can put 2 teaspoons of essence. So now again give this a mix and now you might see the consistency has changed. It's more of a less rubbery form and it's more a bit liquidy. So now Make sure this is well mixed. This is also one of the most important part of this cookie dough. We'll slowly add in our dry ingredients. So mix this once also. Always remember in baking, when you're mixing both your dry ingredients and wet ingredients together, try not to put the whole thing and just mix it once. Add in your wet mixture, add some of your dry and just keep mixing. So of course, since this is a cookie batter, the batter will become very thick. That's completely okay. You don't have to get scared for that. Now take your spatula and just start folding it. Now at this point I won't suggest you to use a whisk, as the whole batter will stick to the whisk and won't let you mix well. So now before adding the next batch of dry mixture to the wet mixture, make sure you mix it really well. Okay, so this cookie batter will take some time to mix, of course, because it's more of a hard batter and not soft, or it's not liquidy like a cake batter. So after you just mix, press it once like this. Just mix, press it once. Just press. Now just add in the last chunk. If you want, you can just cut it in between the dough. That makes it easier for you to mix also. So just cut it with your spatula. Okay, so now I have well mixed our cookie batter dough, and so the important thing is that now this dough has to go in the fridge and chill in the fridge for around half an hour to 45 minutes, because what happens if right now you put it in the oven directly, the butter will melt and the cookies will spread a lot. So just to prevent that, put this in the fridge for 30 minutes. I know this is a very hard part, but it's really important if you want good cookies. This is how we mix it. Okay, so now the dough has been in the fridge and it is already cooled for around 1 hour already now. So the minimum time to keep it in the fridge is half an hour, and you can also extend it depending on when you're going to make it. It's alright. So now just take some with your hand. I've taken it for now. And make a circle with your hand. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine with that. Okay, keep it in the middle, and now flatten it out. Okay, I'm not so good at this. Just realized it now. Okay, so just make sure it's fully in one thickness. I have circle cookie cut over here. Take it, cut. That's it. Now just spread it a bit and remove all this. Keep it aside. Now slowly remove this. Okay, so try it. Now I have greased over here my baking tray and I've put silicone mat. So silicone mat is completely optional, and silicone mat actually helps to bake the cookies evenly. So if you just keep it on parchment paper, depending on your oven, it might only the middle might get well cooked, or only the side will get well cooked. But then silicone mat actually makes it equal everywhere. So that's why silicone mat is better. But if you don't have, either put parchment paper or grease it really well. So I've put this. Okay, so I've already spread it out and also put it in my tray, sorry. And this batch makes exactly 12 cookies. So now toppings, which is completely optional. If you just like plain ones, you can just do that. Or over here I have butterscotch chocolate chips and dark chocolate, semi-sweet dark chocolate chips. So you can put anything. So I'm putting both over here because I like both. I make half batch with chocolate chips, half with butterscotch chips. I like both. So okay, so keep this in your preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes and make sure it's well cooked and the chocolate also melts completely. You can either insert a skewer inside and make sure it comes out clean. So I'll keep it. So the cookies have come out of the oven and it looks delicious. So you can see it's well baked, and also now we'll do a taste test. So I'll just take my cookie over here. It's so good, especially like the chocolate, like always, is melting in your mouth. Also, the best part is not so sweet, so you can actually give it to people who do not like so much sweet. Also, it's oatmeal and it's with atta or whole wheat flour, and it's eggless. Perfect. Thank you so much. Do like, share and subscribe and comment too. Bye.